This piano concerto in G is really a showpiece for both the orchestra and the piano. Ravel writes either difficult passage work or solos for like everybody in the orchestra. There's a trumpet solo, there's an English horn solo, French horn solo, harp solo, etc. So instead of it being really like the orchestra accompanying the piano, it's much more of a duet between the orchestra and the piano. And this is probably because Ravel is an expert orchestrator. Besides that, he's also really interested in jazz music, so there's a lot of that influence coming through. There's actually a really great story about George Gershwin going to visit Ravel in Paris to study orchestration for the classical symphony, and Ravel finds out how much George Gershwin is making writing jazz music in America, and he's like, George, maybe you should be teaching me. But I don't think that financial considerations went into how he composed this concerto, but there definitely is a jazz influence. I think the heart of this piece, though, for me, would be the second movement. It opens with a really great piano solo. It's like a page and a half. It's really simple and really musically difficult. It's this beautiful singing line in the right hand with this really easy sort of nothing accompaniment in the left hand, but it's just something about it is just insanely difficult. I think Ravel wrote something about it, something to the effect of that flowing line, how much I worked on it, it almost killed me, and after having worked on this piece for like a couple months, I kind of understand how he feels. He's never kind to any instruments. He's always looking for different sounds and different colors, and that's always testing the limits of instruments, and it's always difficult, but it's always worth it. This is one of the best pieces in the repertoire, and Ravel in general, I think, is some of the most beautiful music written.
Hi, my name is Joe Peterson.
And my name is Ryan Beach.
I am a tenor tuba player and trombonist playing in Pictures in an Exhibition by Modest Mussorgsky Saturday evening with the National Repertory Orchestra. Pictures in an Exhibition is one of the most popular pieces in the solo piano and orchestral repertoire. Originally written as a solo piano suite, Mussorgsky was inspired to write this piece after he visited a St. Petersburg art museum where they were showcasing over 400 paintings by the great Russian artist Victor Hartmann. He decided to pick 10 of these paintings, along with the promenade, which recurs at different times throughout the piece, to form into his suite. Many very famous and incredible pianists, including Vladimir Horowitz and Sviatoslav Richter, have performed this over the years. There have been many orchestrations of the piece, but by far the most famous and performed is the one by Maurice Ravel, which we will be performing on Saturday evening. One of the highlight movements of Pictures in an Exhibition is called Bydło, which is Polish for cattle. It features the tenor tuba on a solo, and the painting, sadly, now the painting is now lost. It was supposed to represent an great big ox carrying this huge cart across the countryside. Ravel uses his absolutely spectacular orchestration skills, uses the large, robust, weighty sound of the tenor tuba to convey the struggle and the large ox trying to go across the countryside. And the way that the form works of this movement is that you were supposed to see the ox coming from a distance, and that's when the tenor tuba solo comes in. As the ox and the cart get closer to you, the music gets louder until the whole orchestra comes in the climax with the Bydło theme.
All right, as Joe said, besides the various depictions of Victor Hartmann's paintings, there are various promenades that depict Mussorgsky walking from picture to picture. And the very first one is a trumpet solo that is basically on every audition that we'll ever have. It's very common, very famous, very well known.